What's up, guys? Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 123, presented by O'Neill Racing. I got Nixyn and Aaron McKey. Good times. We're testing the new 65s from Husqvarna and Yamaha today. Yes, we're going to talk about Supercross in this video, but first, let's hear from our mini test riders. What was it like for you guys today being MXA test riders?
Fun. Track was good. It felt kind of good for the first time for it to happen, and it was just fun.
Yeah. And you had two big crashes that I caught on video today on the main track. So you did the first part of the videos with Travis here on the Stadium Cross track, and then you had two big crashes out on the main track. Take us through those two wrecks.
Well, the first one, I came down on the second tabletop. My knees were forward, and then I whiskey throttled down, and then I came into these two ruts, and I went in the middle. So my bike started stopping since my knees were forward, so I tucked the front, then I did a cartwheel all the way to the berm. That
was a pretty gnarly cartwheel, and then you got up like it was nothing. Like, my back would be hurting still, but is your back okay?
Yeah.
All right, and then what happened in the second crash?
The second crash, I came around, since the first two were last, I was already comfortable in the berm, and then when I first there was this new thing on the first two laps in there, so on the berm, and then it was like this, and then I dropped down, and it says I didn't know, so then I tracked and I went down to that, so I just flew, and then I went on the flat side of the track.
Well, you took some paint off of our 6D visor, our custom painted one, but luckily you're okay?
Yep.
All right, good stuff. And Aaron, how did you like riding? You rode the Yamaha at first, and then how did you like switching back and forth between the Yamaha and the Husky today?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
What about the Stadium Cross track here? Is this the first time you've ridden it, or have you ridden it here before?
I've ridden here before, just not the mini track.
Okay, and then you rode the main track, and you were looking really good out there. What was that like with all those 450s going by you?
Very scary.
That is fair. All right, well, good times. This week in MXA, we got a full video coming soon where we test the Yamaha and the Husky back to back, going head to head, and excited to put those things together. We still got some more riding to do. I think I need to hop on these bikes, and we'll see how that goes. What do you think? How do you think I'll do, Aaron?
You look big.
All right, guys, today we're gonna watch Josh take out the bikes for a spin. It looks like it's like a 9-foot rider riding on a 450.
Oh no, this ain't gonna be good.
Scrub-a-dub-a-doo!
Literally.
He's gonna eat it or something, dude. Look at the suspension. Look at the suspension. It's like down every single time he's... Dude. What I want to see him do is... Oh yeah, wheelie. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Oh yeah, there we go. Woo! It's cuckoo. It's easy for him to take turns with his weight, so his weight turns him better. It's easier for... He's pulling wheelies the whole time. Do a fatty! Do a fatty!
Why do I see?
Dude, all the parents over there are laughing. You show off.
Who?
He's pulling wheelies. He pulled a wheelie right there.
I'm surprised
I'm pulling a wheelie. Oh, he almost flipped it.
I'm surprised that his feet aren't dragging.
I know.
That was pretty sketch.
You almost ate it like 3 times in that same turn over there. Stop being a show off. One day he's gonna try showing off on that bike and he's gonna eat it. He's gonna pull a hammy or something. Oh, he almost ate it right there. On that first whoop,
He almost ate
I know, on that first whoop, he pulled it so high up. Everyone's staring at him.
Why is this guy?
Did this man not know how to ride a 450 or something?
But look at the PW.
Look at the PW kid.
Man, what the heck's going on?
He's watch, he's got...
Oh.
Put the camera on the PW kid, watch. He's gonna look at him. Ready for the PW kid, watch. He's just gonna stare at him.
The front.
Look at the PW kid, bro.
Look very up. Like
the frame's almost touching the berm. When he barely even scrubs a little bit, his whole butt's hanging off the sign.
He did
crazy.
Good.
Yeah, somehow.
He's also crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Tried me to shove right there and he almost hit it.
Yes.
All right, guys, so talking about the Nashville Supercross, it was round 15 of the season. Obviously, heartbreaker for Cooper Webb to go down in that heat race. Tough for everybody to see on TV, especially the slow-mo clip. If you don't watch it in slow-mo, it's not too bad, but the slow-mo clip of Adam Cianciarulo hitting his head, obviously a heartbreaking incident, heartbreaker to see a championship contender go out of the races so early. Not early, but to miss the last 3 rounds of the season. He missed the main event at Nashville, and he's not gonna be back on the line this weekend in Denver or at the final at Salt Lake City Supercross. So it's really up to Eli Tomac now to keep it smooth and consistent. As we saw, he did that at Nashville. He pretty much let Chase Sexton come up and pass him, and Eli Tomac said in the post-race press conference, yes, my game plan from here on out is just podiums, keeping it smooth and consistent. Now, Chase Sexton is 18 points behind Eli Tomac in the championship, but it's gonna be pretty steep for him to make up in just the final 2 races with a guy like Eli Tomac who's so good at starts and so good at just riding within his pace. So congratulations to Eli Tomac. Definitely takes the excitement away of from these last 2 rounds. Also more in the 450 class. Obviously, congrats to Ken Roczen, another 3rd place finish. Also great job to Justin Hill. He was running up in 3rd for a while, ended up finishing a season best of 5th place. So impressive ride for him on the privateer Team Tedder KTM racing team after he missed 2 full seasons of Supercross racing. So good job to my buddy Justin Hill. Obviously also a heartbreaker for Justin Barcia to go down in that 450 main event. Dragons back into a whoop section. Tough section, and he went down hard. The rumors are that he broke his collarbone, but nothing official has been released at the recording of this video. So now the eyes are really on Ken Roczen to see if he's going to be able to pass Justin Barcia in the championship to get 3rd place in the points, or if Justin Barcia will be able to work through the pain of a collarbone injury. We've seen it done before where riders have broken their collarbone, had surgery immediately after, and were able to be back on the line that very weekend. It's happened. Dungey did it to redeem one of his championships in the 450 class, and many other riders have done it as well. So I don't know if he actually broke his collarbone, but that's the rumor that a lot of people have thought, and it definitely looked like that when he was being hauled off the track holding his shoulder. But looking ahead at the 250 class and also talking about the 250 class last weekend, congratulations to Hunter Lawrence. He won his 7th main event of the year. He didn't have to win the final race, or didn't have to win that race to get the championship, but hey, he went out there and did it on a tough technical track at Nashville that we saw bite a lot of riders. Hunter Lawrence was smooth, fast, and consistent to get that win and to get the championship with 1 round to spare for the 250 East Coast Championship. So now we look ahead to his brother, Jet Lawrence, this weekend at the Denver Supercross. Jet has to finish 10th or better to secure his 250 West Coast title 1 race early. And I'm assuming that Jet's gonna wanna do what his brother did by trying to go out on top by winning the main event. And he needs to finish at least within the top 10 to get the championship. So if he finishes 10th and RJ Hampshire gets the win, then, and if RJ Hampshire wins the Salt Lake City East-West shootout, they would tie on points, but Jet Lawrence, with the amount of wins he has, would win the tiebreaker. So 10th or better, that's gonna get Jet Lawrence a championship this weekend. Another thing about the Denver Supercross is that it's at high elevation. High elevation is harder for riders to breathe, and it's also harder for the bikes to breathe. It suffocates the engines, and it also just limits the horsepower that these 250s put out. So in the 450 class, it's not as big of a deal, but for the 250 class, the electronics and the engine guys are gonna be a lot more pressure put on them this weekend to get as much power as they can out of those 254 strokes. So Denver Supercross, that's one thing to look out for. It's not as big of a deal for riders like Jet Lawrence and the Star Racing Yamaha team, RJ Hampshire and the Rockstar Husqvarna, because they've been there years prior. They got lots of data on their bikes, knowing how they react to the high elevation. But for the privateers who maybe haven't been there as many times or don't have the experience, the engines, or really the support to be able to change their ECUs for that race, it makes it a little bit harder on them. So that's one thing to watch out for. We also have a super long whoop section this weekend, 14 whoops, so that's gonna use some power as well. Next up, we sent MXA's Trevor Nelson to the 4th Annual California Trials Invitational presented by GasGas down in Marietta. Check out some awesome footage by Trevor Nelson down there.
What's up, everybody? Phil Smage here at the 4th Annual CTI California Trials Invitational. It's been the closest competition I've ever seen the last few years. Today is going to be no different. Stay tuned for some crazy action coming at you live in 3D.
Hey everyone, my name is Daniel Blanc-Gonnet and I'm a pro rider for GasGas Motos USA. Trials is essentially a motorcycle event. Instead of being on the track, you're going off-road through the woods trying to get through an obstacle course. Every time you put your foot down, you're accumulating points, and the goal is to get the least amount of points as possible. So you put 1 foot down, that's 1 point, you put 2 foot down, that's 2 points, and so forth. Big mistakes like falling off the bike, stalling it, crashing, going out of the ribbon, that's 5 points. So almost you can think of it a little bit like golf, where you have 18 holes, but in trials you have 12 sections. And you do those 12 sections 3 times, and at the end of the event, they sum together all the points, and your winner has the lowest points. So you can think of it like as a par almost.
Hey, I'm Cole Collins. I ride for Beta USA. This is my bike. All right, so obviously very different in a lot of ways. Starting the front end, it's much raked forward for turning super sharp, making it through super tight corners, because if like trying to ride a dirt bike on this kind of stuff, it's just too wide. So really shrink it down, do that. Your handlebars are much further forward to help you get your weight over the front when you need to. Obviously, no seat, so you can really get down into the bike if you, when you need to push forward, you can really get down in there. Foot pegs a little further down, a little further back, get you some good balance, lots of area to move around on the bike essentially. That's about it. It's super light, super quick and snappy versus like real top end. It's really, you really want it like kind of in the bottom end and just quick movements.
All right guys, so that's it for this week in MXA, episode number 123. Lots of fun having some mini bike test riders help us out today. This is the Honda Works Edition 450. We're getting ready to race some nationals. I'll be racing the first 3 rounds on 3 different bikes, so excited for that. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't seen some of these videos, be sure to check them out. We'll see you soon.
Super saiyan. When he barely even like scrubs a little bit, his whole butt's hanging off the side.